Okay, so we removed the diesel truck, we removed the background noise, we fixed the plosives that blew out your eardrums, and now we're going to talk about a low pass filter. So it's basically the opposite of a high pass filter. Let's put my headphones on and let's record something sizzly. Sneaky snake, sneaky snake, sizzly, sneaky snake. So you can hear these harsh S sounds that are in there. Well, this microphone I'm talking in a Neumann TLM 102, which is very good for controlling that high end. So these might not sound that sizzly or crispy or whatever you want to call them, but other microphones like the Neumann TLM 103 or the Rode, what's that popular one? NTIA? I can't remember. But those microphones are really hot. And by hot, I mean they have a really big presence in that higher end. So just like before, how the low frequencies were down here, these S's you can see are all looking the same because they're all the same frequency. So we can see here is an S sound. Ooh, sizzly. So let's remove this first part. Let's remove this little end part. Oops. Not hitting delete. There we go. So let's listen to this real fast. Oops. Let's remove that. Okay. Sneaky snake. Sneaky snake. Sizzly. Sneaky snake. Okay. So we can hear the S's there. And the reason I did it like this is so we can really get an example of the high frequencies. So you can see these S's hitting all the way up above 15K. So see 20K, this frequencies go really, really high, way higher than your normal speaking voice. So let's figure out how we can control that. And you don't want to do this too drastically or you can sound like you're talking out of a cone. But we're going to go the same way we did before. The little drop down, filter and EQ, parametric equalizer. So this is a low pass and right, it lets the low pass. It's the opposite of the high pass we talked about earlier. So if we click on this little LP low pass filter, it'll do the same exact thing, right? It'll start trimming away the high end. So I'm just going to play this on loop. Sorry for your sensitive ears with all these S sounds, but sneaky snake, sneaky snake, sizzly, sneaky snake. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to start pulling back on that frequency. You can see it's at 20K and this isn't really removing anything. But as I pull it away, right, we're going to be hearing the S's slowly go away and eventually it'll affect the voice. Sneaky snake, sneaky snake, sizzly, sneaky snake, sneaky snake, sneaky snake, sizzly, sneaky snake, sneaky snake, sneaky snake, sizzly, sneaky snake. Sneaky snake. So we got to about 1700 hertz right there, which is you would never cut this much. But we can see that you don't even hear the S's anymore. Listen to right here. Sizzly. See, because the frequencies just aren't there anymore. So in my case, I don't even touch the high end. It just sounds fine to me on my personal microphone or my specific microphone. But on some microphones, you'll hear a very sizzly sound. It'll sound almost like while someone's talking, someone in the background's going like that, very high frequency. And if you do this very lightly, so I wouldn't even go below 15K, and I would probably keep it a little more subtle like this, just a very subtle taper off at the top. Sizzly, sneaky snake. So let's just listen to this example. So we can bring it off even more. Let's see. So I don't know if you guys can tell the difference, but the S sound is basically getting tapered off, right? So in my case, I wouldn't do this to my voiceover because this microphone is very good at not being sizzly and crispy. That's why I got the microphone, because it's a bit more warm. But you'll definitely hear voiceovers. It might be your voiceover or a voiceover you're working with that sounds like someone's going while the whole voiceover is happening. And this is how you go about handling that. Again, in my case, I wouldn't do this. But for your specific voiceover, you might. This is just a tool you might use.